everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you another very simple floral design created on this green glass wine bottle. Now this is my bottle that I will create on and then wash off the design and do another video on this bottle. So for today, what I'm going to be using are two AMAGIC flat brushes. And one is the number 12, one is the number 10, along with a number 10 Deerfoot stippler and a dotting stylus. You can use anything to create dots with. I just happen to use these. I have a pack of them. Anything that I'm using will be listed down below as a affiliate link that you can purchase through. I use FolkArt paints. I use a combination of enamels and multi-surface, using fresh foliage and thicket. Thicket's one of the main greens that I use. I just for some reason really like that tint. Wicker white, tea berry, magenta, school bus yellow, coffee latte, and burnt umber. Alright, so to begin with, what I'm going to do is put my centers down on the paper. So I'm tipping the front of the brush in, this is the Deerfoot stippler, into the burnt umber, and then the heel of the brush I'm putting into the coffee latte. And then I'll just tap it out, go about creating my centers. And I'm just trying to do it in a circular motion. If you want to do it in a different, where it's maybe not as big or whatnot, that's up to you. But I am just creating it in a circular motion. And kind of having the centers head in different directions. I will be going back over these, so I just want to be careful here that I don't roll my bottle over and touch it onto the paper. You can vary the sizes, or the pack comes in with different sizes, so you can actually rotate those and make some of your centers a little smaller, some of them a little bigger, up to you. And I kind of like to have a little bit of the lighter center in there, so if it doesn't create it enough for me when I'm doing the circular motion, I'll go back over it and add some more into it. You can keep working with your centers to get them exactly the way you want them. And I just keep adding more paint to the brush, and I'm sorry, my space allotment here isn't enough for me to be able to show you. I'm hoping to get a better arrangement here soon so that I can show you all these parts. I'm still using my regular camera for my videos too. My other one went out. So that's part of my issue. Now, important things to remember when you're painting on glass: make sure you clean it, wipe it really good with rubbing alcohol once you're done washing it, just to make sure that you get any debris, fingerprints, that kind of thing off of your surface before you start painting. Now, on this next part I should say, excuse me, dipping one side into the magenta, other side into the wicker white, and I'll do a blending stroke. To be honest with you, I'm not real particular about how I load my brush. I guess that's one reason I don't spend a whole lot of time on that. But as I'm painting, I'll come back in, maybe add whatever colors I need more of, I'll add. Typically, you do blending strokes, and you get 3/4 of the brush filled with paint. Once you start painting, you're going to find you'll feel your way and figure out what works best for you and what feels comfortable. Keep in mind too, I'm a lefty, so when I'm painting, whatever direction I move in, you might feel more comfortable moving in the opposite direction if you're right-handed. Now it's okay too if you go over this and you pull some of the brown. Basically I'm taking the brush, laying it down, pulling it, and then I raise it up and I turn it. Just very simple. The intention is to be simple so that anybody can feel successful in painting on glass. Painting is a great stress reliever, and that's what I like to encourage, is anything to be creative or to give your spirit some calm. Especially in today's world, I think many of us are looking for ways to bring that about. Alright, so I'm going to do one layer and then go around and do, whoops, I keep doing that. Do another layer. And it's okay if they overlap. That's fine. Because just remember, if you were putting together a bouquet, they would not be all separated in the bouquet, right? If you have any questions or comments while I'm painting, feel free to put those down below. I will do my best to answer those. One thing nice about painting on a bottle like this is that you can move it around while you're making your strokes. Very simple. I like to also turn my brush a little bit, maybe go in different directions with it. And I'll show you, like here, I would just go like this, or I could turn my brush more like that. Just kind of, I mean, not really giving it a whole lot of movement, but it sort of does. So again, I'm going to go like this initially, but then when I come down here to do this next one, I'm going to slant my brush the opposite direction. And again, like that, pull it. Like this and pull it. This is some of the basic strokes. But just see, put on some fun music and or relaxing music, whatever you like to listen to, and have at it. Have some fun. If you're like me, I am more than ready to get back to living life. And for me, it's like I'm almost 60 years old, so I don't want to say I don't have a whole lot of life left, but I'm definitely seeing more lived than left. If that makes sense. Alright, so we got that going on. Next thing I'm going to do is go back over it. I'm going to do 2 layers. And I'm actually turning my petals so that the lighter part is on top going around. Very fun, very fun. Just festive. It's kind of like doing a sunflower but with pinks. And there you have it. Alright. And we'll just keep going. Again, leading with the white on top. And the thicker the paint coverage that you put on your glass is going to be the determination of how durable your design is. Because I know a lot of people will ask how durable. Well, I mean, it's hand painted, so you should be treating it like fine china anyways, because it is delicate, but it's not so delicate if you paint it right. it will last. Let me know if you give it a try. I would love to hear from you. And like I said, my main purpose of my channel is to provide simple designs to paint so that people can feel creative and it not be too challenging. Because I know for me, I am not one to be good with having a lot of steps or that kind of thing. So that's why I kind of do stuff that I can easily do for you, because that's what I like. All right, so once I've gotten this done, you can see now I've kind of painted over the top of the center a little bit. So I'm going to go back over it with my brush, my Deerfoot stippler, kind of stomp in some color again and just make sure that it's covered, or it has the desired coverage. And I do this when I paint my sunflowers too. I like to go back over it because it just kind of ties it in nicely to the flower and not make it look like you covered it up and you just walked away from it. Again, you can kind of turn your brush a little bit, round it out. Just keep working it till you're happy with it. One other thing that I'll do is dip my little dot maker, my stylus, into the school bus yellow, and I'm just randomly placing some dots around what would be towards the bottom of the center. And they don't necessarily have to be rounded dots. I mean, you could just quickly do, several that are big, smaller, little lines. It's up to you. But I just think it helps give it just some more definition, interest. You can go around the whole thing. I kind of like to just kind of hit it towards one side. It's easy. Adding dots is not a must if you like it the way it is. Then I also am going to go in, do the same with some white. And it's just very quick dotting. If you're looking for something fun to do, have your friends over and paint some bottles. Drink some wine and paint some bottles. Alright, so the next step I'm going to do are the green part. On this, I'm doing the thicket, the fresh foliage, and the school bus yellow. Again, I just put a little bit on and do my blending stroke and go on and keep adding as I go. Alright, so with this, I'm going to do it like they're all hooked together to the same stem. I'm going to come out here at the bottom and just kind of wiggle out the stem down here. And of course, with these being so close together, there's not a whole lot of space, but I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to do long, try to pull like long leaves. Just very simple one stroke leaves. Just pull and make them really big, and then do some basic pulls here to tie them in. And you can easily do other types of leaves with this. You don't have to stick with what I'm doing, but I like to, you know, do at least one style of leaf. Sometimes I add more in, but for this design I'm going to keep it simple, simple, simple. Probably put some color in between these a little bit, bring a stem out through there. And if you want to totally go with different colors for your leaves, you could. Don't have to stick with the greens. But I'm doing just long, when I'm pulling it out, just long, thin leaves. I'm just doing quick little pulls that I put in here. I can bring it out like that, maybe add another leaf down here. So when you're done, you just pretty much have to stand back and say, do I need to add more? Where do I need more color? Where do I need more leaves? If you're like me, you can never have too many leaves. I'm definitely a leaf person. Now, let's see if we can cross some over here. I'm just doing really light touches when I put the little stems in. I'm not doing anything really hard. I'm trying to keep light pressure. And if you just want to make it look more natural, you can do just quick little add-ins. You can even just do solid colors. If you want to do more like what we would consider shadow leaves, I'm going to go down like that. You know, sometimes we get stuck into having everything going one direction. Doesn't have to, but there it goes. Now, I'm just doing the front of the bottle for the purpose of the video. You can do all the way around, which is what I typically would do. And there you have it. Simple, easy, quick, fun. Will look pretty as part of your home decor. Makes a great gift. Add lights. So many things that you can do with the bottles, and I'm trying to create those and sell them in my shop. But I like to paint and show you different designs that you can paint on yours. Alright, I hope you like this video. If you do, give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. And prior to leaving, if you would, share this video on your social network with all your family and friends. I would greatly appreciate it. Just hit the share button you'll find underneath the video, and it'll give you the options of where you can share it. Alright, until the next time, thanks again for visiting. Have a good one and stay safe and healthy, and see you the next time.